Well, my face shape has certainly changed. I finally made it. I'm 30, flirty, and thriving. And so finally, after 8 years, I can open my letter that I wrote to myself. Right here in the flesh.
Make a letter for yourself for 5 years in the future. Make a letter for me being a senior in college. 2017, I'll be a senior. The letter says Open Graduation Day 2017. It says my friends are graduating. I'm going to open the letter. I'm going to write another letter to myself to open when I turn 30 years old in September of 2025. In 8.5 years.
It's my 30th birthday today. Now, since writing this in 2017, I've left 4 serious relationships. One of them being a very distraught roommate situationship that I got out of earlier this year. I've moved a total of 4 times. When I was 25 going on 26, I started estrogen hormone replacement therapy. At 29, I both had my facial feminization surgery, or FFS, the day before Thanksgiving last year. And more recently, I moved into my first apartment. The first place I've had that has been without roommates. And I'm working full-time at a career that I absolutely love. And I have an absolutely wonderful partner that's in my life now. There's been so much personal growth in the past couple years. In fact, so much so that every single one of my younger selves, at every age, including just a year ago, would be so proud of me. Now let's open it up and see what 21-year-old me has asked 30-year-old me. Had to put my hair up, it's still very hot outside. But let's open this up and see what 21-year-old me has asked 30-year-old me. We'll see how she viewed the world, as well as update her on everything that has happened the past 8 years, all her questions about me, and what questions she has for us. Here we go. And then when we're done with reading this, we're going to continue the tradition and write a letter for me to open up on my 40th birthday in 10 years in 2035. Looks like it is a full front and a full back. I can already tell there's lots of things that have changed just grazing over it. I dated it May 15th, 2017, and it says, Dear 2025 self, I hope you are doing very well, but for being trans and having a past of depression, I'll just ask you, are you still alive? I hate to say and ask that because out of the multiple times you've attempted, I'm surprised you've even made it this far. I am doing quite well. I did have a relapse earlier this year, unfortunately. So I am still alive. Have you gotten married? As of now, May 2017, you and have been together since 10/30/2015. Our plans were to marry and move to Denver, Colorado this summer, but we pushed it back due to my job. I've been there since mid-January. How long did you stay there? I hope longer than 6 months, the longest I've ever held a job. I didn't end up marrying that person, and I haven't married anyone yet. As for your job, you ended up being there 4.5 years. Do you have any kids? Biological kids are going to be impossible at this point, but adopted perhaps? I do not have any kids. That is not on the radar. And I'm actually surprised that I didn't put in here that I had just recently found out that I was intersex XXY, which is considered Klinefelter syndrome. I have one fur nephew named Bo Bear. He's my baby. He's a Shih Tzu through my best friend, who is more like a brother to me, based on us being best friends for the past 17 years, since we were in the 8th grade. Since my last feature letter for 2017, from 2013, I only put 1 or 2 dozen videos out, but I gained 600 to 700 subscribers, and now 615,000 views on my It's Jamie Casual channel. Have you furthered on YouTube? Is YouTube even still around? I ended up doing more videos for my YouTube channel, but most of them were found footage music videos. There were some vlogs in there, but then I took a break for 2.5 to 3 years, and I started back on here just about a month ago. Less than that. Last I checked, we have close to 4 million views because of a video that went viral in 2020. Is YouTube even still around? What about TV? Is Facebook around? YouTube indeed is still around, but it's not as popular. People are more on TikTok now. That's why I'm on TikTok. TV is definitely still around. You're actually right in front of my TV in my living room area, but I don't really watch cable. I watch more Netflix. I lost all my great-grandparents in the last 3 years, and the ages of my family members are as follows. Me, 21. My brother, 19. 13, almost 14. Mom, 47. Dad, 50. Grandma, 67. Grandpa, 74. Now here's where it really gets hard, because it says I lost all my great-grandparents in the past 3 years. Now I've lost 2 of my 4 grandparents. My grandpa on my mom's side and my grandpa on my dad's side as well. One in 2021 and one last year in 2024. They were both really hard to process, but my grandmas are now 75 and 82. Book-wise, I'm in the process of trying to publish my first novel. Are you still writing? Are the 2 above published? Are you living off book funds? Are you making good pay elsewhere? I did end up publishing 1 book, but it was the second book, Paper Gown, that I published in 2020. The other book I completely redid, and I'm actually working on right now, but kind of paused. So I've maybe gotten a total of $60 to $80 total off my book sales since then. I do have a good job. I work full-time, which in 2017 was unimaginable to me. You better not still be living at mom's. And no, I actually moved out in 2022 for a year and a half or so. And then I moved into a hotel with my roommate, my ex-roommate. And then we moved into a 2-bedroom apartment. And now I'm in a 1-bedroom apartment all by myself. Are you obese? Still have hair? On hormones? I'm in the process of trying to get on them currently. I am not obese, but I did gain about 50 to 60 pounds the first 6 or 7 months of my transition. I do definitely still have hair, and I just started on minoxidil so that I'm taking care of anything that has receded at this point. I am on hormones for about just over 4 years now. Started in July of 2021. But it does say here I was in the process of getting on them, and that was actually 4 years before I got on them. I'm kind of upset about that. I wish I could have gotten on them sooner. Next page. Do you have a car? Who wins the 2020 and 2024 elections? I do have a car. It's quite nicer than the one I had in 2017. And as for who wins the 2020 and 2024 elections, Joe Biden. So Joe Biden, who was Barack Obama's vice president, won the 2020 election. And as for 2024, I know you're going to be upset with me, younger me, but Trump won again, unfortunately. And that's not going too great. Have you been to Cabo Wabo? Matt Sammy Hagar? Is he dead? He's 70 on October 13th this year. I have not been to Cabo Wabo, I have not met Sammy Hagar, and he is not dead. He'll be 78 in October. Do you quote-unquote pass? Boobs, vagina, girlier hair, hormones, facial hair gone? Did you ever go back to school and where? Health-wise, how healthy are you? That's a subjective question, probably about 90% of the time I'd say. I am currently in the process of having vaginoplasty or bottom surgery. I had consultation in May, and I should be having that within the next year and a half. I haven't gone back to school, and I don't feel like I need that at this point in my life. Quite healthy. I walk a lot of my job, so about 10 to 15 to 20 miles a day I walk from my job, and I'm constantly lifting, so I'm in pretty good shape, I think. Do you have any tattoos, piercings? I don't have any tattoos or piercings, but I hope to get my ears pierced soon here. And are you still wearing glasses? And I am still wearing glasses, of course. Are the Rolling Stones, Aerosmith, and Van Halen, are they all still alive? Charlie Watts of the Rolling Stones died in 2021. I believe he was 80. And then Van Halen, Eddie Van Halen did unfortunately pass in 2020, age 65. And that was the second worst death of a celebrity that has hit me, right next to Robin Williams in 2014. Have you been to jail? Are you legally known as Jamie? I have not been to jail, and my name is legally Jamie Andrea. I got that done the month after I started hormones, so about 4 years ago. How many classmates have died? Friends? Especially trans ones. Do I have carpal tunnel or arthritis due to writing? As far as classmates that have died, I don't believe there's any, maybe one. Most of them happened before 2017. And as for friends, I've had 2 Facebook friends, both trans, pass on since 2017, which is actually less than what I figured. I don't have carpal tunnel or arthritis. Broken bones? How many concerts have you seen? Like big ones. Chickenfoot is the only one at this point. I still haven't been to any more concert besides the one I went to when I was a junior in high school in 2012. So 13 years ago now. No broken bones. Was there a class reunion? 10-year in 2023. I did have my 10-year class reunion 2 years ago in 2023, but I did not go. I didn't have a partner at the time. I didn't have a full-time job, so I skipped the 10-year reunion. Do you still look young? At 21, some people think I'm 16 and in high school. I do think that I still look young. Most of the people that I talk to and my coworkers think that I'm actually around the age I was when I wrote this 8 years ago. They don't think I'm 30. So many questions, so many, but I'm going to stop writing now. The videos made after this letter will be half the answers. Your past self, Jamie B. P.S. Do you still sign like this? Yes, I do sign mostly the same way that I wrote in this letter, except for now I write Andrea in the middle instead of just straight Jamie. And because I have always loved the idea of continuity, I am going to continue this tradition and make a letter very similar to this one for me to open up in 10 years on my 40th. I'll always put that envelope at the top of my closet, every single new closet I have over the next 10 years. And no matter where I'm living, who I'm living with, I will open up this letter in 10 years. So let's smoke this potato, shall we? Wish me luck. All done. I got 2 sides of 2 pages, so 4 pages total. Time to fold them up and put them in this card to be opened up in 10 years on September 22nd, 2035, on my 40th birthday. There we are. All sealed up with my Pride stickers. Got a whole roll of them 3 years ago. Now let's go put this right back up in my closet, right where I got the one that I had written 8 years ago. Same spot. Same tack. Going right in the same place that this one was. And so 10 years from now, on September 22nd, 2035, I will read off and react to what I said as a freshly 30-year-old asked about my freshly 40-year-old self. Until then, in the next video, keep it casually authentic. Love, Andrea.